Pisces, you have a lot to be proud of. You're on sort of a creative upswing. There's so much that's actually going right for you. But then there's this caveat. Something that is making you think about something that you thought was over. And it's hard for you to put things in the past. In fact, I would say that for you guys, it's very difficult for Pisceans to ever put anything completely in the past. But there's definitely a question mark here about, do I open this door again? Because somebody is knocking. And it's a long since sealed door. It's a door that you sort of gave up on and maybe even forgot was there, maybe sealed it over, it became a wall. And now all of a sudden there's knocking. And do you open the door up again? Do you open the conversation up again? There's a comfort level in you, and you don't have to. Like, what will happen? Here's what we'll go through in this reading. What will happen if you open the door, and what will happen if you don't open the door? Because ultimately, I don't necessarily think anything bad is going to happen. Not that I want you to stop watching this reading, but there's a sense of sort of what this is telling you about yourself. And maybe that's why you don't want to open the door. This sense of, what are you really afraid of? What is behind that door that you don't want to open? I think that the way that you know that you're really, really over something is when it doesn't bother you anymore, when there is no fear toward it anymore, when you can open the door, look it in the eye, have a conversation with it, and then sleep well that night. If there is still some bits and pieces that are frightening and that you want to run from, ultimately there is still something to confront. And so this knock at the door is really just, more importantly, what it is for you is a sense of, oh, I still have some stuff that I need to close, that I need to finish out, or, and there may be some things that are just opening up. Like maybe that door was never supposed to be completely closed, or I was or it wasn't ready to be open until this time. That's what I mean. This definitely has to do with, like, more questions. So why are you afraid to reach out to people for help? To ask them for help with this? There's a sense of almost backing down, assuming that somebody doesn't want to hear from you. That's what this is. Like, you don't have to go through all this by yourself. You don't have to do all this by yourself. You don't have to do this the hard way. You can do this through a network. You can do this with support. You can do this surrounded by friends. You don't have to be sort of this solitary island all by yourself. And I don't think that you want to be. But ultimately, there is this, once again, this sense of distance from maybe a specific person. Now, I was compelled to pull the Whispers of Love deck for you. So I'm feeling that there's maybe some sort of romantic attachment here, but not necessary. Get to know each other. Learn to meet each other's need for love. This is a maturing and almost a Two of Cups energy. When two grown-ass people come together and actually can talk to each other and communicate and really get to know each other slowly, like give each other that time. There is a sense, though, of getting to know each other. There is a sense of this conversation has to happen. That's what I'm saying. Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. This is a beautiful energy of just being surrounded by people who encourage you and believe in you. And if you still feel a connection to somebody, why wouldn't you pick up the phone or open the door? That's a good question, right? There's just this sense of feeling insecure, like maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe they don't want me, or this is in the past and I have to move on from it. but this isn't. Past, present, and future seem to live in your mind in this cyclic cycle that doesn't have any end, and it is timeless. So ultimately, there is no fear here, is what I'm trying to say. Your guidance is divinely guided. It's like if you're feeling this impulse to open the door or answer the phone, you should, because it's intuitive to you. It's being told to you. It's divinely guided. This is the right direction for you. This is the right path. There is a sense of a talk or a conversation that needs to be had. But beyond that, advice that you might have gotten. It's almost like the angels are going to be giving you advice through a friend. It's like that. It's like that kind of conversation that that you can't get from just anybody, that there's only certain people that can give you this kind of advice. Something that lifts you up and inspires you. Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal in your heart. Oh, wow. Devotion. There's just something here that won't die, that won't quit. It's also a sense of listen to your heart, find your heart space, and have the courage to follow it. There's also a sense of needing to reach out to people who really know your heart and whose guidance you can trust right now. Because this is maybe a new territory for you. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Unbound. Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. This free-flowing sense of time and space with you is actually a very beautiful thing. And I do feel that in some ways you are willing to let go of the past. My question is this knock at the door really part of your past? And would there be a knocking if it was actually a part of the past? But ultimately, it's okay. It's okay if you're ready to move on. It's okay if you don't need to answer the door anymore. This is almost like giving yourself permission to be okay with not knowing and not understanding and letting something be a mystery and not needing to hear. It's almost like maybe you feel obligated to that you still need to talk to this person, or you still need to give your energy and attention to it. I don't believe that's true. There's multiple messages here saying get grounded. Empaths, that's definitely you. Highly sensitives, connect with nature, needing to go to a place where you can connect with earth, not water. There's the caveat. You need somebody who is stable and solid and grounded. And this could be that person. There could be a person that guides you, or that whose advice you trust, because they are so grounded, because they just are so level-headed. Like, they give you stability. It's almost like that's the relationship you have with this person. They give you stability. And even though life is going really well, it's like you miss the shore. Like, all your waters really miss being grounded. You miss dry land. And so there's this sense of bring yourself back to find wholeness and find the answer, Pisces. Bring yourself back to the earth. Like, not the water. Go walking, not on the beach, but like somewhere in a forest, on a hike. Like, connect to raw soil and the trees, and maybe even rock and mountain. This is the place where you really need to meditate and be surrounded by something solid, so it can really clear your mind. What seems impossible is possible. Believe. It's interesting how right before we succeed, things get scariest. Right before we kind of explode, or things start to take off for us, they get the most intimidating. And that's because it's natural. I mean, who wouldn't be scared of something they never experienced before? But I always say, fear is a stop sign, and you don't set up your condo or build your house at a stop sign. A stop sign is meant for you to pause long enough to take in information so you can make an informed decision. But it's not a permanent place to stop. It's not where you set up shop. What is it? It's a place to take in information so that you can move on, but move on in the right direction. And that's where you are right now. You're taking in more information. And if you need some advice, then let it in. Call on it. Call on it. There's more grounding here. This sense of being really rooted or taking root, and something that you're working on really taking root and going very far. And just this momentum has been building behind it, and I can feel it. And there's a big burst of beautiful energy behind it, a growth spurt, if you will. But this is more a time to be centered and be grounded. Because I do think that maybe the person you're really afraid to lose is yourself, because you don't want to get caught up and lost in all this chaos, all this craziness, all this hecticness. You need the grounding of your soul tribe and the people around you now that will really want to celebrate you. Manifestation is here, Pisces. This is you, Master Manifester, bringing those dreams into reality as only a Piscean can, right? Alignment, this is communication. So maybe you're working on something with communications, but ultimately this is a sense of talking. It's a sense of talking. It's a sense of communicating something. You are the universe. You create your own reality. And so ultimately what you decide will be the truth that you live in. So really, if it takes some pressure off, this is the way that you go. And you think, okay, I'm not going to make the decision, or I'm not going to even try to face, what will happen if I don't do this. This is what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on how do I want my world to look? If this is about a person knocking at the door, do I want my world to not have them in it? Or do I want my world with them in it, just in peace? Like, how do you really want your world? What's your ideal world? Because this is a really strong period of manifestation for you, Pisces. And so there's this sense of being very, very clear with what you want as you speak to the universe, because the universe is listening. This is a sense of being suspicious. There's some sort of suspect here, suspect in your social group, maybe some sort of clever person that you don't really trust, or you don't really trust some sort of communication that was ended. Or maybe you ended communication because there was a lack of trust with somebody. So there is some unsettled business here. There's just a sense of you thought it was over, or you put an end to this conversation, or you put an end to this communication because you didn't really trust where it was going. And ultimately, you have a right to do that too. Let's get into the main part of the reading and let's see what the spirit guides have to say. These are the spirit guide animal totem cards. Pisces. Yeah, something doesn't hurt anymore. It's like the pain has faded and gone. And that's a good sign. It's like if the pain is gone, then you're over it. Something doesn't hurt anymore. This is a really healing energy, Pisces. Spirit, okay. This is divinely guided. You could have helped, healed yourself through connection to spirit, or through connection to a higher power, or just trusting in a higher power. Ultimately, this could also be through prayer, healing yourself through prayer, or getting some guidance basically from philosophies. It doesn't even have to be through a priest or whatever. It could just be through philosophies, helping to heal your pain. There could be some sort of holistic healing here, as well as in a sense of actually healing pain through shamanic energy, or deciding to go a more holistic route. Surrender now, giving yourself over to like a moth to a flame, just really trusting that the direction that you're headed is the right direction, and not asking any questions, diving right in. This is Sagittarian energy. It's really interesting energy for you. It's a nice energy for you, because it's sort of like the yin to your yang, but just gentle enough for you guys to have a lot of fun together. Interesting. Okay. Love is all around. This is Gemini energy. So yeah, it's almost like it's almost like you just threw yourself into a love affair without thinking much about it. That doesn't mean anything bad happened, but it's okay. Tell me more. Make your dreams real. So you're the one realizing that you make this decision, you're making it work. Or maybe you're the one that's almost like kind of I'm sorry. It's almost like you're the one that's decided. This is Scorpionic energy. Okay. Give me a second. Moth to surrender now, love is all around, and make your dreams real. This is a cumulative message. Set healthy boundaries has also come out with take a leap of faith. So there's a sense of stalling. Like you haven't, I understand. Things are going so well now, you don't know if you're ready to make them change. But ultimately, they're not even half of what they could be. You have to take this leap. This is your safety net that you're falling back on. If you're still sitting on this stone and you haven't taken a leap, then Pisces, you're selling yourself short. That's exactly what's going on. There's a sense of this is the time to leap, and that you will catch yourself. Spiders can leap because they can spin their web. They really have control over a situation that other people like may seem like they don't have control over. But there's so much here. It's also a sense of there's a safety net. There's somebody that will catch you. So you don't really so what's the decision? What's the next step? Why are you still stalled? I think you're asking for spiritual guidance, for courage right now. This is also a sense of maybe in some ways it's like the reason why you paused. I understand. The reason why you paused is because you're a little bit suspicious. There's something that's making you feel like even though this was so good, maybe it's too good to be true. And ultimately, Pisces, I don't think this is your paranoia. I think you need to honor that feeling inside of yourself and address it. Because what this is like you're stalling and you're holding back, but you're holding back for the good reason that intuitively you can feel something going on. And if you've talked to your friends or you consulted your friends, there's just this sense of like trying to get a different perspective on it. Go ahead, ask them for that different perspective. There's a sense of there's a sense of honoring that intuitive feeling inside of you and not just pushing it away because life is going so well right now, I might as well just leap. But no, it's not about, it's about taking necessary risks, but not about taking stupid risks. And that's what I'm saying. I think there's some sort of maybe communication that ended here. Somebody cut off communication with you, and there's just a little bit suspicious right now. It's like all of a sudden we're off again, and then we're on again, and then we're off again, and then we're on again. It's something about the communication that's making you suspicious. Something about the ending, the way things ended, that makes you suspicious or gives you pause. So claim your independence. This is be playful and be light and be in the present moment, like be in the here and now, and don't doubt yourself. Like you have what it takes to be able to take this wherever you want to go. So it's like nobody can take that away from you. Watch your words. This is Gemini energy. This is Aries, Gemini energy. Aries energy, then Gemini. This is a sense of being very aloof, intentionally remaining aloof, not wanting to say things right now because maybe you'd say too much or you'd be really pop-offish. Who knows? This is also Gemini energy. Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. This is having confidence and looking to the future, but this is also following your heart and trusting what your heart tells you. And then a rebirth is assured. So a change, some sort of change, because this is 5 energy. I feel like you think that if you actually make this leap or talk to this person, there's a sense of then you'll revert back to the old person that you used to be and bend to their whims. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you're not sure of yourself in this situation. But I don't think that that's the case. Be generous of spirit. A rebirth is assured. Pisces, 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 Pisces. Need guidance for Pisces. Sing your own song. This is claiming your independence and being liberated from the obligation of feeling like you have to do anything one way or the other. This is just happiness and abundance, living in the moment and being who you are right now. This could actually be actual literal singing too if you're participating in that. But this is a sense of communications with Gemini energy here. Definitely like speaking your truth or saying your truth and not being intimidated about what people think about it. You are never alone. You get a very supportive tribe here. There is a sense that this is a strong love, and I've been getting this for you for a while, that there's a strong love in your life. So that's really actually beautiful energy. Somebody who is extremely supportive of you and cares about you, and learn from the past. This is about, I feel like this is about the love. This is a sense of being wise and understanding based on things that you've learned before. Embrace the in-between. Allow there to be some sort of ambiguity right now in your partnership. Also a sense of not be wary. There's such confusion here. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit frustrated myself. You are never alone. Learn from the past and embrace the in-between. Don't feel obligated to have to make this decision right now. Don't rush into something that you're not completely certain of, and you take the time that you need to make the decision that's right for you, and make that decision when you've contemplated and you're sure that that decision is actually right for you. That's the message. Yes, we're going to clarify in tarot. That link is below. Please do join me over there, Pisces. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please click that link below and subscribe to the channel. Help Born Without Boundaries grow. Also, I go live Monday through Friday, daily, Monday through Friday on Instagram. And please do join me on Instagram. My feed is born_without_boundaries. And you can join in those daily live readings. I have tons of content that's Pisces specific on my Vimeo, and that's also where I upload my astrological forecasts every single week. Or you can subscribe to my email blasts through my website, and you'll get those astrological forecasts immediately every single week. So please do join me and help Born Without Boundaries grow. Let me say this. You can go over right now to the I'm losing my words, I apologize. You can go over right now to the extended, or you can hang out, which I would highly recommend, because I'm going into the angel messages right now. And the angel messages have their own unique voice. I think they're worth sticking around for. All right, Pisces. Let's get into these angel messages. Ooh, this is a beautiful time in your life. Divine intervention. You may feel frustrated because something stalls or comes to a standstill. Progress seems painfully slow. Yet this is a blessing. It is divine intervention at work. When the timing is in perfect harmony, all will come to fruition. So it's not you, it's them, right? There's a sense of it's not you, it's the cosmos right now. Things are still mucky. Mercury's just going direct. Mars is not yet direct. It won't be till the middle of the month. And I've said in terms of the moon, like this a new moon in Scorpio is going to be very beautiful energy, liberating energy, and really a time to start new and start fresh. We're going to feel, because Mars and Mercury will be out of retrograde. Essentially, I think there will be only one planet. No, Neptune will still be in retrograde till the end of November. But ultimately, it's like all these retrogrades are leaving us one by one. And it's going to be a beautiful holiday season. So yes, right now there may be a little bit frustrated. You may want to feel like, oh, I want to give up. Don't give up, but do stop thinking about it and let just things flow and almost forget about it, because when you forget about it, it's like that's the knock on the door. It's going to come when you least expect it. Inspiration. A new idea comes to you like a gentle whisper inside your heart. Listen and take action. This is inspiration from high above. So you can actually start working on something new right now. You don't have to wait, or you don't have to like sit there and worry. Like, release the old thing into the universe and let the universe take care of it, and really just immerse yourself in something new, because it's like, that's your way of telling the universe, I create. This is what I do. Think global. You are being encouraged to spread your wings. Think outside the square. You are a citizen of the world. Expand your vision. Imagine the world within your heart and embrace it. Surround it with love. Let it be, and so it will be. I really do hope that international travel opens soon. I feel like I've been getting these little bits and peaks of it happening, but we'll see. Adventure. Instead of seeing the current situation as an obstacle, try seeing it as an adventure. Explore all the possibilities. There are many more than you currently imagine. Instead of seeing things as either black or white, try to explore all the colors in between. So there is a stop and maybe a kibosh right now, especially with the pandemic, right? Think outside the box. Pisces, you're good at that. There's ways for you to work around this. Precious gift. Friendship, family, and love are precious gifts. Do not lose sight of what is most important. I will see you guys in the tarot card reading. Link is below. Thanks, Pisces.